Yeah, there we are.
Okay.
What's up?
Hey, welcome to Taylor, Arkansas. Welcome to Small Town Famous.
Famo.
I'm Chase. Alongside me, of course, is Alan Cumulonimbus Nolte and Rolling Rose.
That's what they call me.
All right. I know what you're thinking. Oh, we haven't seen you guys in a while. We thought you potty braked yourself. But we didn't.
False. Fake
We're
news.
back. And in fact, we're bigger than ever because we're highly successful. We found out in Belgium. I didn't know if y'all knew that. We're all over the place.
Pretty
in
much
Belgium.
good at everything.
I mean, yeah, apologize. Romy is here. Alan's here. I'm here. But Jordan and Fro are not here. One of them actually is down for the count.
He's dead.
Wish him well. And now he got a case of the rickets. I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not going to say who it was because that'd be a HIPAA violation. Of course, the other one's Jordan.
I thought it was monkeypox.
But man, we missed you guys. And then don't forget to comment away. Comment away. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. So steer the show wherever you want to. We want to talk about what you guys want to talk about.
We're like herding cats.
Meow.
I'm trying to, for the last few weeks it wouldn't short stuff. So I'm our comments and people like seeing their name up there.
I think so, but
and maybe not.
Also, you need to get that thing off of there.
Nobody can see it. Just
I know it's
man.
throwing me off, but just like Jeff Bezos, man, we're about to go to the moon on today's episode because we got a lot to get to, a lot to cover.
There it is.
First of all, Jordan's not here because I almost saw his life end not long ago. Okay,
Tell me about it.
He and his beautiful family came over to the house for a little swim in the old pool. And, Haley.
I guess you got talking to the camera if you're talking to one of us.
Okay. Well, anyway, I know they like it when I ignore them.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Who doesn't?
he's over there at the house, and we're all sitting up on the patio area.
He don't know how to swim.
Kids are in the pool having a blast.
First cop
and
ever.
They're like, "Dad, get in the pool!" And even Aubrey's like, Dad, get in the pool. I'm like, Aubrey, not in front of him. But, and anyway, I look at Jordan. I was like, I got some extra trunks in the house if you want to get in there. Have some fun with your kids. It's a pool. He goes, if you jump in, I'll get in there with you. So I fully clothed, just dive off in that. He's like, oh, no. But the way I almost saw his life end was Haley and Amy were up on the patio area.
What's up, Bruce?
And he gets out of the pool and picks up Haley, fully clothed Haley, trying to watch her, trying to watch Emmett in the pool. And he goes and jumps in the pool with her.
Phone probably in her pocket.
Oh, everything.
Oh,
And when she broke through the water, I mean, the face that she was making, I was like, all right, kids out of the pool. Everybody out of here. I don't want my kids to see a mad dad. But and then he grabbed Amy, threw her in, and I was like, this dude's he's got some, man. He said, man, if you don't do it, I was like, I'm not doing it. That's the thing. Would you throw Rebecca in the pool fully clothed?
No, not even close.
I would in a second.
I know.
Tell Rebecca to come over. Shoot.
Hope you can check a leg kick. All I gotta say.
Shin out. Should have been in a rear naked choke outside the house.
But speaking of pools, and last time Jordan was on here about his mountain experience going to Virginia, what he had to do on the side of a mountain. Combine those things because we went to a water park, a really small water park.
Where?
Up in Arkadelphia. It's like a big pool, but all the slides and stuff that the kids do and the diving board, they all go into the same pool. Yeah. There's no separate
Is it fun?
area. Yeah, it's good if you got little kids. Good if you got. I'll give it a huge shout out. But
what's the name of it? Splashdown or
water park.
Crazy.
It's just like the water park.
The watering hole.
But anyway, we got there maybe around 1:30. 4:30 comes along, and whistles come on. Shark! Lifeguards are like, everybody out of the pool. They're shutting the slides down, diving boards, closed off. Do not get in the pool. And somebody done. It looked like poured a 5-gallon bucket of curded chocolate milk.
God.
Oh, they got us. And man, it was bad.
Dude, man.
So we was like, all right, we're done here. So we go to Cracker Barrel and pour little Landry, order some ranch, and
that's where y'all go after
waiter
something like that.
Spilled it all over. So she was like, "Man, I'm done with today. I'm over. This is bull. I'm tired of y'all.
It's like 2020.
it's
That's a bunch of all over.
It's 2021 day. Man. It's 2020 to y'all. Does it give you like when you're thinking something happened last year, but it's really 2 years ago? Have y'all done that yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like
I thought I was just losing my mind.
Year.
Yeah. Comment if that's happened to y'all. Like you swear it happened last year and it was 2 years ago. Because
I'm still bad about.
I know Jesus is gonna be upset because they're gonna do something about the BC. It's gonna be before COVID. I mean, I'm putting forth legislation. But Jesus knows. He ain't worried about the BC.
You're a year old BC or AC.
After COVID.
After COVID. Well, right. is it?
It makes more sense than AD.
Delta variant. Man.
Dead. And they making fun of Eastern Arkansas. Man.
Oh, is that the
Wuhan virus? And that's the Delta variant.
Oh, yeah.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, Ty. Thanks for bringing that out of the Delta.
That Delta Airlines tweet?
Freaking Ty's a super spreader,
but it was like whoever named this Delta.
Man, all of y'all. It's like the people at Corona are going, yeah, you know what it
Corona.
like.
How much freaking free advertising they got?
Yeah, it wasn't good though.
Even Fauci's talking about it.
Hey, good, bad publicity.
That's what they need to do. They need to put Fauci with the Corona. After this is all over, just kick back. After they fire Fauci, just kick back.
Fire Fauci.
With the Corona.
Should they? Should they?
By fire, do you mean execute?
Oh my gosh, I'm not calling for that. Woo! I'm gonna disavow that.
I mean, I'm just curious.
That,
I'll shut up. Sorry,
I forgot. I was gonna say something that gum.
I ruined it.
Well, no, this feels like a regular podcast.
No, I'm gonna ask you guys a question because you guys all have daughters. Have you, and you have daughters that are now having kids. So
I do.
I'm going to ask your expert opinion on this.
Go ahead.
how much did you have to beat like the manners, like into their brain? Like, you use manners. You gotta.
That's a new fog machine. It went. You know what? Tag's gonna be our producer. So
Anyway,
yeah.
but did you have a big emphasis on manners, and how were your girls growing up? Were they, relatively ladylike, or did you have to go, all right, y'all need to kind of settle down a little bit? This is getting crazy.
You ever seen WWE?
All kids, dude, they got to be trained. Because they know, we live in, I talk about America being a democracy, but this is definitely a dictatorship in my house.
Yeah.
And when I hear a kid, even if it's not mine, that doesn't say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, I actually say, I will stop somebody. I'll stop somebody's kid and say, yes, sir. I'll correct them.
Yeah. That's what we need, more societal corrected kids like that. Well,
because back in the old day, our parents would,
they whoop us.
I got whipped by a dude. My parents were playing cards at somebody's house, and the guy whipped me for coming in the house. So, but no, we had to train. You had to train it into them because they're going to start testing. Like right now, Aniston got her Lexi and Emily taught today. Mm-hmm. We're sitting at Frank's Frank's Seafood
C4 Diner.
If you hadn't ate at Frank's off of I-49, got to go.
Frank.
But in any case, she's gotten a bad habit of, she's looking, if I'm looking at her, she's like, yes, sir. But if I kind of just off and say, hey, Aniston, blah, 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 she'll be like, And I looked at her, and in the restaurant, I was like, all right, this is your time. The next time I do not hear, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, I'm going to take you somewhere in private, and I'm going to whip you.
And I'm going to
And you are going to be grounded. Now, she's 13.
Well,
I definitely use a belt.
So it's like a dinner. Well, this happened at dinner because
it's Pavlov's dogs.
What I've experienced, and the reason I bring it up is because my daughters were all eating dinner the other night, and it's always table manners. If one's not smacking, it's the other one, doing whatever. But let me tell you, Hadley
hanging from the chandelier.
We had spaghetti. Amy made some spaghetti. I was like, man, this spaghetti's a bomb.
Spaghetti sandwiches.
Man, it was barbecue spaghetti. And
I've tried, and it keeps slipping to the grate.
Oh, you grill it?
You got to put the foil on it first. Huh?
Well, the reason I asked is because I look over at Hadley's. I'm deep into spaghetti, and this is what this kid's doing. Is she's
way down deep in that
stuff. She's doing the twirl with the fork in the noodles, and then before she gets it to her mouth, we'll dump it in her hand and eat out of her hand. And I just stop and I go, that's an extra step that's just completely unnecessary, and it makes you look like a moron. I said, so I didn't even correct it then. I said, Hallie, what do you think? Let's think this through. She's she's getting that age where she's like, oh, this boy's so cute and all this stuff. Oh, and I go, all right, say you're going to this boy's house and eating with his parents, and they serve spaghetti. And I say, the mom comes in there, Hadley, I'm glad you could eat with us. Dig right in. And you start eating it out of your hand. Do you think that mom is going to look at you and think, that's the girl I want my precious baby boy to hang out with? She said, I don't know. I said, no, it's not.
Yeah, that's the first time of a serial killer.
Not even that. It's just why I put that much work into
or if you can see the
whole
white
added
under
step.
So you know how the stress that's involved whenever you have small children and you're trying to eat and they're trying to eat at the same time and you're like about to have a panic attack. So when I was growing up, I didn't go to a restaurant ever. Like, what do I need to do?
No, I was just getting the camera on you.
My dad was hardcore. He didn't like kids. Like, so I remember
I could tell.
I remember vividly the very first time.
Pretty common.
The very first time we went to a restaurant, it was an El Chico Mexican restaurant.
Wow.
What a wake-up call to restaurants.
Did that have an effect on your
you ended up working there.
I mean that was That's why. But, so anyway.
Didn't you end up working there?
I did, yeah.
The birthday greeter. Do it one time.
Attention, El Chico! We got a birthday in the house.
I mean, you walked in there, I could just see your eyes light up going, I'm gonna sing birthdays to people in this
career. I see a career.
I'm gonna split my tips with you, and all the cooks in the back.
So anyway,
as soon as they learn English, I'm gonna.
We have the bowl of chips and salsa, like you get at any traditional Tex-Mex restaurant, and I'm trying to be as still and as quiet as possible, so I don't get a knot snatched in me. And my sister, I'm probably first grade-ish, 6 years old, maybe 7, but probably closer to 6. So my sister is closer to 4, and she's decided she's going to try to eat some of this salsa, and she gets some on her finger and then picks her nose, and then she starts flipping out because her nose is burning. So my dad looks at my mom's like, take care of that baby. So they get up and go to the bathroom. And I'm just sitting there like, ooh, that was a close one. That could have been me.
That could have been me. And that could have been my nose.
They come back.
In fact, when I was a kid, it was my nose.
You could just tell
that
he's like on his last nerve. They come back and it's no time. She's quiet. She's drinking her water. And whenever nobody's looking, she dips her napkin in the water and sticks it in her nose where the whole napkin is hanging out, just the corner is in her nose, and she's just sitting there like that. And my dad turns around and sees that, and he just jumps up. He's like, we're leaving. He threw $5 on the table, told him, cancel our order.
Man.
And we left and went to Taco Bell.
Your daddy liked taco, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I heard that's what happened to the marriage.
Man,
Shots fired.
Man.
That's what she said.
Oh, I forgot we had that. All right. I guess that's
already?
First, man, that was quick.
Yeah,
appreciate everybody for hanging in there. Hey, we got a ton to get to because we got to talk about the Olympics coming up, and apparently you can't smoke weed anymore. But
I mean, you can.
I mean,
how un-American are you? Can you?
But you can be a man. But also, we got to get to the space stuff.
That rampant old girl.
And then the British dude who is now Korean. I want to talk about that so bad.
I saw a picture of that today.
We're gonna get to all of it, but you got to hang in there because more STF will be right after this.
And Teresa, we're glad you're back. It's about time.
We want to help you customize your home or your business, and that's why we recommend you get a name log from our buddy Seth Miller at Miller Custom Name Logs and Chainsaw Carvings. Alan has one in his yard right now, and it's perfect. But that's not all Seth does. Seth can take a chainsaw and make some of the most amazing things. Tons of different sculptures, benches, and he even makes mantles. See what all he can do at millerlogs.com. And please check out his Facebook page. Seth's got all sorts of videos and all that you can see the creation come to life. Miller Custom Name Logs and Chainsaw Carvings. Give him a call at 573-856-4920, or you can just stop by. He's located on Highway 34 between Piedmont and Patterson, Missouri. Look, we all need a little fashion advice, and that's why we follow @LifeWithLexiG on Instagram. She's a budding social media influencer that provides fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content. Not to mention, she's Alan's daughter, but she's building a name for herself on social media and wants to help you out as well. She'll also charm you with her amazing voice. Just check this out.
You come over right. You come over and you stay the night.
@LifeWithLexiG. That's on Instagram. If you're interested in any of the products or any of the content that she's talking about, then comment or click the links in her bio. @LifeWithLexiG. If you love the outdoors, then you love fishing. And the best way to keep your pond stocked is with our friends at Billy Bland Fishery. They have all the best sport fish from catfish, koi, bass, crappie. And if you want to keep that tank in your home or classroom or even the office looking good, then Billy Bland's also has a great variety of tropical fish as well as goldfish, minnows, and much, much more, and they ship right to you. The name is Bland, but the fish are not. And you can see the selection that they have at billyblandfishery.com. Or give them a call. They'd love to hear from you. 870-694-4811. They're on Facebook, so go ahead and like their page and check out why they are the best name in the fish game.
All right. Thank you for hanging in there with us.
And thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for our
all of
sponsors,
that. All of
man.
And we're going to tighten those up so we can get back to the
To the nitty
Now they're
gritty.
getting so many sponsors. We don't want to be like a Ben
Nice.
Shapiro.
No, my gosh.
Freaking.
Dude, let it go.
But I don't want to be like
you got
Joe
money,
Rogan, like the
huh?
first 20 minutes or sponsors.
But you can
Like,
just
click,
fast forward,
click,
just
click,
blip, blip, blip.
Yeah, nobody watches.
No,
but
no,
anyway, we're
nobody
going to try
does
to
that.
tighten them up a
We're gonna
little
tighten
bit.
them up.
But if you want to sponsor,
But
let us
no.
know.
Thanks for hanging in there with us, and don't forget to comment away because we see the comments popping up here. If you want to, there's something you're like, hey, I want these guys to talk about it, and I want to get in on it.
That
I
would
want to
be-
hear about it
Then
now,
I would go,
cousin.
man, maybe you need to chill out a little bit. But
Well,
go right ahead and
we don't really have any topics tonight. We are just trying
We're just winging this.
it.
Shooting from the hip.
Trying to get back to more. To me, I want to get back more to that podcasting.
that
feel.
straight podcasting. Maybe do
But
some
you-
segments like rapid fire questions and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And then,
just-
well, of course, Romy's here, so we got to do Romy
This-
reminiscences.
That's
of
right. The
course.
stuff that everybody loves. Just
Oh, yeah.
sitting around listening to us talk.
But
Except I can't edit it.
But
To make it
speaking
funnier.
of rapid fire questions, normally, I'm just always asking those questions. Hey, what is your thought on this? I switched it over to trivia last night because last night I got asked to host a trivia night at a local restaurant. If you're in Magnolia, you know what it was.
I think that's cool. Very cool.
And so, most people just go in there, they read the question, everybody holds up the little sign, and then everybody counts it, and they read the answer. I said, no. We're going to have to. But I said, no, we got to liven it up a little bit. So I got in there and immediately trashed the venue. Immediately
Flip
trashed.
tables.
Immediately. I got on the mic. And the prizes were gift cards to the place we were at. I was like, the prices here are ridiculous. So I mean, if you want to buy half of something, yeah, we'll give you this gift card. So I was like, the prices way too high. You need to cut it. So I've never heard that song. Really, man, I'm dealing with some
What year did it come out?
like 2 years ago.
No, I don't listen to
Is
music.
it country?
It's straight. Yeah, it's I think
Is it country?
Luke Bryan.
Okay. Oh, that's you
mean
I
Butthead?
said country.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is it country?
Never mind. It wasn't country then. It's more pop.
But dude, nice.
But anyway, I got in
pretty
there and there was several categories. I didn't make up the categories or the questions, but there was like the Olympics, the Arkansas history and stuff. So it was.
We
all
got to talk
sorts of
about
stuff.
the Olympics.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
We got to remember that.
But anyway, had a blast, and maybe they'll get me out there one time. But I dropped some Biden jokes in there that may not have sat well with some people. I mean, it's,
Messing with college.
we
students.
can make fun of politicians and all that, and we make fun of.
How can you
people that
not?
are
Did you see
less
Tom
fortunate.
Brady?
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
right there in
that was-
front of him.
Roasted him to his face, and he didn't even catch it. Like, it was incredible.
Who?
Tom Brady was roasting sleepy Joe Biden.
Thomas Leslie
Really?
Brady.
What did he say?
He was at the Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
was-
And I know
Buccaneers.
he asked him to get the vaccine and all that, and they were kind of
he started off like, it's hard to believe that we're here. There's like 40% of the country that believe that we didn't even win, and going that route, and then he talks about losing the count on that one
That fourth down.
Yeah, fourth down. He
You remember-
he lost the count.
He said in 20 years, that's the only time I've ever forgot what down I was on.
And then they started calling him Sleepy Tom. He said, "Can you believe that, Mr. President?"
Oh wow!
Because Tom was friends with.
Roasting them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was glorious.
It was hilarious. It's so I don't feel any sympathy for people that got way more money than me. I don't feel any sympathy for you, Alan. But
He's rich.
or Robbie. But I don't feel sympathy for Jeff Bezos because everybody's making fun of him because that man is straight up Dr. Evil right now, bald headed, taking
You see that video
a very
with his laugh?
lewd-shaped
Oh my
rocket to
gosh,
space.
man!
He was up there for what, 3 minutes?
It depends on what
Yeah.
you call space, because I read a article about I think some German scientists that discovered that our atmosphere extends beyond the moon, so he wasn't technically out of our atmosphere, so he wasn't in space.
Then why haven't we been back to the moon?
Because
it's just
Can't
a
go
hop,
there.
skip, and a jump away
I mean,
in our
it's science,
atmosphere.
bro.
Huh.
Ain't you ever heard of the flat Earth?
No.
Now it's all coming together.
But I
Science.
love the Dr. Evil comparisons. And you said Tucker was on one the
Man,
other night.
when he said we have a clip of the because everybody been showing the liftoff and just fawning over Jeff Bezos, even though and thanking everybody, all his employees and his customers for paying for it. I know what he meant. They really
What
did,
was that
but
about?
you just don't say that. Like, hey, thanks for because I mean, do you know how many people are on Amazon Prime just in the United States that have a subscription, not just the people that buy? 180 million.
Oh yeah,
Prime
because when I
subscribers.
order something, I want it here in 2 days.
But
if it's a holiday and it's 3 days, I'm mad.
But everybody's getting mad for him saying, "Oh, thanks, you paid for it."
But a couple of things.
But
one was
Tucker. What you were saying about Tucker. So Tucker was going to play the video like everybody else was doing, but he played the Dr.
Yeah.
Evil because
it was just like Austin
it
Powers.
could
It was
have.
hilarious.
They could have done more with the shape of it.
For real.
mean, it was.
that is the
it seemed like it
perfect
wasn't even as-
aerodynamic shape.
That's not.
Believe me. It's like a sewing needle. It's like a sewing machine. When I get
Just the tip.
JT
What
tape.
the-
It's never JT tape. But anyway, I like what
That's what she said.
wearing the watch on the outside of the jacket for
Oh,
what,
I did
and then his laugh when they interview him. They're like, man,
Well, it was him. It was-
that was crazy.
It was just weird because there's also nobody mentioned about the first cat in space because he walked out, stroking that cat.
Did he really?
No,
I was about to
But
say,
he
this
should
dude
have.
is trying.
But what about the kid that said he got a ticket, paid all the money to go up there, and is
Yeah.
like, nah, I got busy.
Yeah, I'm too busy. There's all kinds of memes about that.
Oh, it's
But
so great.
undoubtedly-
Possibly it could have came up.
it must be. But going to space must get you high as a
Man,
height.
he was not acting sanely. Or he was just on an adrenaline rush, like a really
yeah,
like,
like-
big high.
But it's like Oprah. Van Jones, here's $100 million.
Oh, wow. Why wasn't I covering this crap?
And no doubt, everybody was talking. Everybody was talking nice about Jeff Bezos there to get the $100 million check.
I like how everybody just forgot about Richard Branson because he was like, I did it first.
Everybody's like, whatever.
But now-
did you really?
But
Did you really?
But he had to change. But he had to change the name of his entire company to just Atlantic.
Yeah.
And there's already a magazine called that. Now there's some copyrighted because
Yeah.
it was Virgin Atlantic. But
Yeah,
then he
yeah.
went first. Now it's just.
Now it's just,
That's just
yeah,
a-
it's just I see what you did there.
That was.
But-
you wrote that joke.
I did have it was
Yeah.
terrible. But anyway,
You did scratch it out.
I did. But what was he talking about? He said, I think the way we're going is we want all companies and everything that produces carbon to, we're to build stuff and produce stuff out in the atmosphere. That way we don't pollute the earth. I'm like, what? You're gonna put Albemarle up in and up in
Brilliant.
Well,
up in space?
My
How
ho-
they gonna drill for bromine?
my hope is that he's going to go out there and try to find it himself. Just build a personal rocket and do a spacewalk. Hey, we do have a question.
Yeah, that's for you.
It is for me in particular. But y'all, we can finish up the Jeff Bezos talk.
We're done.
I'm done.
All right,
I'm
let's see
kind of
what
over him.
Brooksdale Carter.
Like he was
Hey, he was a
over-
fraternity brother. All right, I have a question for Nolte. Oh, we need to keep those up a little bit.
That's about the fraternity.
Who was a better president, Nolte with the IE. I do not know who Nolte is, but not. Bruce Dale, I forgive you. But anyway, who is a better File M president, Nolte or Shane?
Sugar Shane.
Easy money.
With the color hair, the rainbow hair.
Well, you answer this. Let me answer your question with a question. Who is the one that brought
you into this world, son? It was Alan.
Fight night.
Oh, okay.
A t-shirt contest. I will not say what kind. That had people come
Tie-dye.
That people drove from Ruston, and we actually had to have the police show up, and we thought they were busting it up. They were running security, and were trying to take turns at the door to watch.
Just to see you in a dry t-shirt.
Just to see me in a t-shirt.
Man,
and some
weird.
girl from Louisiana Tech won. We made thousands of dollars, and we're just about kicked off campus. I do know this, that we were never allowed to do anything like that. So
you tell him.
Well, we did fight night, and the first one, fairly
What did
successful.
he say? He said Shane wasn't it. All right, so now
No,
we
Shane
know.
wasn't it. So anyway, but we did, man. We had these. We had fight night. This was before UFC, so I was on to something. I should have talked to Dana White. But
Sure.
the first one, it went okay. But then the second one was like, let's just leave it open. And if you might have had a couple, that's okay. You can sign up. That's when it got fun, because you had dudes from a boxing gym in El Dorado that were taking on these little drunk rednecks. I mean, there was one dude, he had to be 50, and he weighed like 105 pounds and about 5'9".
Was it like in Yes Man when he's like, I'm gonna put this foot
It was
on that side of your face,
It was.
and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
It was exactly like that.
Oh yeah.
What? Because I remember who he fought. He fought Danny White, not the former quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Danny. I said Danny White's.
George Collin. You want to put him on?
We don't have our phone thing.
Let me finish the story. Yeah, we'll call him back sec. So he fought this guy named Danny White. I remember because Danny White was a fighter. He was not. That was back almost like SAU's a big high school. So I mean, you knew who the fighters were and stuff like that. Danny White, you didn't mess with him.
No, you don't.
But this dude did, and he didn't know Danny White apparently. So we just pull him randomly. We tried to kind of do a weight class, but wasn't really one. So he fought Danny White.
It's all open.
And Danny White was coming out, and he's freaking ripped. And this dude, the only thing that gave him courage was liquor. And they rang the bell. He ran up.
Caught him with a flying knee.
Flying knee, put him down.
No, he jumped and hit him.
Superman.
Square on the chin. And Danny White went and just looked at him. And that dude, the rest of the round, he was running around the ring. We just stopped it because he wasn't going to fight him. He was running, sliding down. He was like, I'm not going to get hit. Yeah, it's kind of like Asker, that last fight. Yeah, but anyway.
I just wanted to take her to a ball.
So anyway, but yeah, man, that was something.
Man,
Jay's
blowing everybody
Jay's
up.
blowing the phone. All right,
Juice
here,
Master
plug,
Jay.
Plug us in. We may be able to get some audio.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
Let's figure this out.
Yeah, man. Let me see. I ain't done this in a while. Let me. I believe that's it.
I heard.
Hopefully, he doesn't say anything off because we are live. And who's
What's
on
up,
the
Jay? What's up, Jay?
Gay?
Right out the gate. Right out the gate. And then he hung up on us.
Hey, hang up on a friend. That's my
Man,
segment.
he got us.
Call him back.
No.
We haven't done hang up on a friend in a long time.
We haven't. He got us. He got us again. That's all right.
Got.
That should be an Olympic sport. Hanging up on a friend because
That
we might
should.
get silver.
Black.
It'd be as interesting as everything else.
It starts
going on right now.
tomorrow. Who's going to be watching? Are they still talking about canceling it? They're like,
are you talking about?
We're talking
Because there's
about,
no-
COVID. and all
Well, Japan, I mean, they're saying, I don't know who's strong on it, but they don't want to have it. I mean, now there's no spectators, which they weren't going to be anyway. But I don't know. I
Surely
know
they
one
get
thing,
some sort of kickback
because
from the network to be able to film there.
But the IOC is they still are saying there better not be any protest. So I don't know what's going to be the ramification. Are they going to take away the medals or what? Because it's funny to me that I think we talked about this last time.
Well, here's the thing: is from what I've seen so far, if they're like, if those Americans decide to protest their own country, we're not going to. But man, the way we've played, like in the soccer and all that, man,
basketball,
we ain't getting nowhere.
Kevin Love just finally said, "Yeah, I'm out."
Guys,
I mean, how bad's it got to be when you quit the Olympic team? You're Kevin Love. He ain't bad at it.
No, he's been in the NBA for a while.
So yeah, but I don't know, man. What's it going to be like? I mean, we're going to watch because we're excited about softball coming back. Mm-hmm. So that'd be interesting. Stuff, to have that many lesbians in one place. But just kidding.
More so than
I'm
WNBA?
just kidding. We're a softball family. But
you ain't been at Timberlane in Eldo,
she's just not going to play. She's just not going to play college.
Just not college.
Just it's going straight pro. Speaking of, congratulations to Matt Goodhart on signing with the Phillies.
Hey,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he.
How many dollars did he get?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not public knowledge.
Well,
that's the kind of thing I want to know.
Well, I do not know personally, but I can tell you that a lot of times with when you sign as a free agent, it's going to be league minimum, and league minimum
ain't horrible.
A
couple hundred.
Google what's league minimum?
It's $200K.
Is he in the minors?
It's got to be
or
close
majors?
to that. You're always going to start out in the minors.
I made that
You'd
up.
have to be some kind of free. You have to be a Bryce Harper or something like that. Not saying that he's not. I'm just saying.
So I'm going to open up a
when
couple
you
of
could
things.
when you could grow pro at 15, that's different.
Yeah, while you're googling
let me
that
look
league
Oh, it's
minimum,
$500,000.
since
Is it really?
That's what it says.
MLB league minimum?
Well, it's really not. That don't make sense.
I know everybody's
Nah,
probably
man.
seen the
Oh,
Shikari.
Yeah, that was stupid. It's 570,000.
Oh, silly me.
Excuse me.
God, Major League Baseball has a minimum player salary in place to ensure that its athletes are fairly compensated for the work they do. The MLB minimum salaries 2021 stood at a handsome $570,500 annually.
NFL's like 200,000.
I want this in yen and nothing else.
and they get killed.
They are paying him. They are paying him in Bitcoin.
So he's rich.
Right now it's 210,000. No, I don't know. So,
contributing to a
but he
dying
signed as a
planet.
free agent, so he was really hoping his name would get called in that top 20 rounds. But
That's okay.
But he gave up a year of eligibility. But it is what it is. I mean, and
He's
so,
what is he going to complain about $570,000?
I mean, it's just fine. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he's from Magnolia. That'll last him forever.
You know how much
just
Taco
kidding,
Bell
just
you can
kidding.
buy with that?
I don't know. 5.7. Yeah, I mean, it's like
I mean, I'd sit around for a year with that.
A year?
Maybe.
I retired.
I don't know if
I
I-
would have retired 2 years ago.
Hunt season.
I guess I could pay my American Express bill. I guess. Just kidding.
That's
If I
where I
keep-
would go with
if I
capital.
keep hiring people.
Man, for that much money, I wouldn't get out of bed.
No, man.
Me neither. Ever.
Hey, somebody break my legs. Somebody Tanya Harding me.
Yeah. Shoot. I go plate my Xbox controller.
All right, we're going to take a real quick break and then come back with. We got to talk about Fauci getting roasted in that here. We do.
Roasted
I
and
know
toasted.
you want to, and I want
Oh,
everybody out there to
Freaking
comment
Rand
on it.
Paul.
We'll get
They
to
don't,
it.
I don't think they like each other.
We'll get to it. And then some of the punishments I've started reading about if you don't get the old jabby jabby. That you'll be interested to see what Australia's doing, and it's probably going to be coming this way, baby.
They're going to try.
They gonna try,
And
but
I tell you, I got a lot to say about that if you want to hear it, but only if you want to hear it.
maybe we'll get to
Yeah.
it. All that and more.
I don't. If
You
you
like
want
that
a
line?
if you want an Allen rant, a Nolte rant, I'll do
They
it.
said an Allen Ranch. I was like, all right,
I mean, we metric. We
there's America, ain't it? Anyway, all that and more. We got another round of Small Town Famous coming at you right after this.
Right after what?
this break.
Right
son.
after, right after this.
Right after.
Just do it.
Right after.
We'll do it live.
Right after. Let's do this one.
All right.
If you're looking to decorate your home and want it to look amazing, then Cottonwood Farm Design Company has exactly what you're looking for. Cabinets, tables, signs, and all sorts of decorations that would give your home the warm, rustic charm that you'll love and your friends will too. Check out all their designs and even make your own at one of their sign parties. Have an idea? They'll bring it to life. 5-star reviews all over the place because Cottonwood Farm Designs are built to last. Like their Facebook page, Cottonwood Farm Design Company. You can also call them 910-220-5867 or email them at cottonwoodfarmdesignco@gmail.com. Nothing is more important than family, and we all want the best care for our loved ones, and that's what Regional Hospice Care Group of Northwest Louisiana offers. Quality and compassionate care from a wonderful staff that's dedicated to families. They have a full-time physician on staff that even makes house calls. Located in both Minden and in Shreveport. Regional Hospice Care Group of Northwest Louisiana. Let them care for your family. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Magnolia or the surrounding area, or you're in search of some rental property, then Brent and Courtney McHenry can help. They offer free comparative market analysis to help you determine the value of your property and can help you find the perfect buyer. They also work with rental property owners and can help you find the property that's right for you. Plus, they offer very valuable advice. They're good friends of ours, and we hope you give them a try. 870-234-1644. And let Brent and Courtney McHenry see how they can help you.
And we're back.
Okay. I thought we ended the show for a second, which we probably should have 30 minutes ago.
We got preview mode.
Oh, yeah,
this
we
show
do.
sucks.
All right, so I got to ask everybody out there, did you happen to see old Fauci in the hot seat? And Rand Paul asked him, hey, didn't you fund that lab over in Wuhan? He's like, no. He's like, well, we have a grant number and we have all this stuff right here. You want?
No, we have what we call evidence.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, he's
falsities.
He's so freaking arrogant.
Man,
like he
is.
thinks above the law and all. I think him and Rand Paul.
Cage
I
match.
think they should need to do a gentleman's
duel.
Just a disagreement.
Slap.
What was that law? We talked about that one time on the podcast. It was there's a law, and it's still in effect in some states where you call somebody out, and the cops come and they just circle around and let you duke it out.
There are some states I think Portland has a city ordinance or a city law where you can, if it's two consenting adults, can fight it out.
I know in Natchitoches
with no charge.
Portland trying to push that law, right? Mm-hmm. They ain't pushing hard on that.
In Natchitoches,
they
it used
pushing
to be
boundaries.
If you got into a fight and you got arrested, it only cost $17 to get out.
Man.
Just like a ticket, like a simple pay.
That's it. 17.
Yeah,
$17 to get my tail completely beat.
As long as it was both.
That's a steal, baby.
Like if you're both fighting, if one person is just beating up the other person,
I wouldn't say what I do is called fighting.
It's more getting fought.
It's more like jogging.
It's more of a. I'm gonna fight you with my face.
Tactical avoidance.
Oh man!
But anyway, yeah, that was some crazy stuff going on in that hearing because they were yelling at each other. It was fun.
Call him a lie.
Hey, this is great.
I resent that. I resent it, dude. He just told you killed 1 million people. I mean,
he didn't blame everything on him.
No, he didn't. Not everything.
He
kind of
implied
did.
But he definitely.
He
He said
is pretty complicit.
if you're making the implication, and he actually wouldn't let Rand Paul finish. He's like, I ain't trying to make the implication.
No, but
I'm just saying.
And I don't know if you saw the
Did you find
Lotus. If you saw the Lotus Eaters when they covered it again, they did the research that said all those claims are factual that he made. I mean, nothing was out of bounds because he said we don't know exactly on the molecular level that this is where this came from. This blah blah blah. But all these grants, we're talking about strictly funding. Then yes, there's a paper trail that leads right to
That's
the
right. So now
that's it. That's the
I'm
bottom
gonna tell
line
you
of it.
what Fauci's doing right now is using the.
He's
it
in
depends on
CYA mode
Well,
right
he's using
now.
well, he's using the. It depends on what the definition of is.
Have y'all seen his leaked emails of what he knew at the beginning?
Right. Well, well, he actually called. He said, and that's the only reason you even bringing this up is because of the emails. I know you're seeing them.
Why are you talking like Whitey Bulger?
I go into that when I don't know. When I do Fauci.
Like post beat down
how
with the
can you
locks
get-
in prison.
Like you can't even talk about. Like you can't. Like I can't talk. I can't say anything about Donald Trump without going. And I don't even try to do that. I just all night could do that. But I don't. But
Pretty sad.
he blamed it on the emails. Like you wouldn't be bringing it up wasn't for that. But him saying that.
You wouldn't even know I robbed his
It
bank
was-
if you didn't see me
it
rob his
wasn't-
bank.
Yeah.
It wasn't gain. So now they're arguing over what is gain of function. Well, what they did was gain of function.
Not
but
according
it
to his
wasn't
definition.
Fauci's gain of function.
he's
And
got
then he
a
can
different-
say they weren't supposed to do that.
It's crazy, but I saw
Yes,
this the
anyway.
other day. Australia said, everybody's pushing the vaccines, you go get vaccinated, all that stuff. But Australia has this law. It may be in effect right now. I know it was being pushed. It's no jab, no pay, where vaccinations are still your choice. However, if you don't get a vaccine, you can't receive a paycheck from your employer. But they're still voluntary.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
That's what she said.
But push the wrong camera button.
If you don't do this, you ain't getting paid.
Well, yeah. But no, you don't have to.
No. This was just a city in Australia. Don't get me wrong. It's not the entire country, but this is just a city in Australia. The last death that was reported in this particular city was in December. The last COVID death.
Okay, so that's going a little
And
bit
over
too far.
over 75% of the uses.
And by a little bit, I mean all the way.
So it's just mind
As an
blowing.
employer, I've been thinking about. I see what they're trying to do, but I can tell you, I mean, it's
can't make
it's
a living,
not going to happen.
But it's your choice.
They're going to try to put a social pressure, and I know that CNN has really been pushing that
It's
narrative
a lot of pressure.
of, hey, look, you can't, and that's why the government absolutely can't do it because this is against constitutional rights.
Mm-hmm.
But so they're just putting pressure on the private sector
Exactly.
to do it.
That's
to say, look,
exactly what this is.
Which they
like the whole
can't-
Facebook stuff.
They can't.
Like Saki was saying the other day.
And they can't, or trying not to say.
We
So
can't limit what you say on Facebook, but we're pressuring Facebook so hard. This is the kind of stuff that you should be banned.
I tell you what.
And here
The
all
what-
these companies are going,
Dude,
all right, let
what-
me just bend over a little bit more.
What she said was so bad that the Trump class action lawsuit, they are using that they entered that as an exhibit.
Yeah.
Exhibit A.
So so they're amending their deal and putting that in the discovery. Is her she
Right?
admitted, and she speaks on behalf of the president.
And the Surgeon
she-
General. The Surgeon General said the
And they
exact
said-
same thing.
yeah, that-
exact same thing except
That's
further.
right. They're just saying, well, I didn't talk directly. It don't matter if you talk direct. See, so
The quote was, "We flagged posts for Facebook and
That's-
told them these are the ones that
That's right.
for disinformation, misinformation."
So what when
Disinformation.
Rand Paul and Fauci were getting into it, no, there was another senator trying to get on Rand Paul about. Get on the Fauci about the Facebook tie, and he looked kind of stupid because he was trying to make Fauci like, are you helping flag post? And like, Fauci's like, what? Like there's millions of posts. No, Fauci don't have anything to do with that. But it don't matter. The government does.
Right.
Now, Fauci's just on a task force. He represents the part of the government. But I tell you what, Jen Psaki represents the president of the United States. When she said it, and it was not her opinion.
It wasn't even just an off question, and she said it. The whole press conference was strictly about this.
When everybody, including when NPR, all of them,
This is getting flagged
when they
right
go
now, just
when
on
they
that.
go when they go silent at a question. I mean, you could have heard a pin drop when she said that. They're like, I don't think she was supposed to say that. I mean, oh my God.
Well, that's the thing is they've gotten so arrogant with it. They can
Well,
say
tell
the
us what you
quiet
said.
part
They
out loud.
really, that's right. That's
They
the
said
problem.
that the government or the administration is going through flagging Facebook posts for COVID misinformation, vaccine misinformation, and telling Facebook, all right, these are the people that you need to ban. These are the posts you need to take down. We're doing your job for you.
They're doing the fact check. They're helping with the fact check.
We're going to help you out.
Did you hear about the UN racial police?
I was gonna ask you about the. All right, so let me preface this. Romy texts in our group chat and says UN's making moves. They're on U.S. soil, and I go, they're headquartered in New York. They have a big building, literally right there.
I think you thought it was sovereign
I
territory. I think.
Yeah, I know.
You did know it was in.
No, I didn't. No,
I think he's thinking The Hague.
Well, so
But no, he had some
I'm
other
just
points
kidding,
about
bro.
Utah. What else was it? Utah,
DC and Ohio.
Ohio. Okay. What? So I didn't read.
At Jim
I
Jordan's
saw
house.
your text, but I didn't follow up on it. What's going on?
Well, the video.
And what does Q say?
Yeah, that's really what we need to know.
That's what the people need
Well,
to hear.
I'm hesitant to say what Q says.
What?
I'm privy.
But
You're privy?
Q seems to be pretty optimistic, and it's almost showtime.
Whoa, wait.
Lights, camera. Action. Did we lose it?
No, I'm.
You're just going through our sound?
No, we're just losing our Facebook page.
Anyway,
We're just kidding.
No, what's
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
everything. Yeah, oh my God.
Peace.
Yeah, everything that we say is a parody of itself.
It is.
All right, so what
My
you were
life is
saying?
that.
Anyway, you were saying
Oh,
UN.
I don't know.
In Ohio.
The video I saw, this lady was she had a British accent and she was
Makes sense.
requesting to not be recorded, and the girl recording her was
You,
like,
now you got to do
I
an
had-
impression of her. How'd she say it? She say not record. Just do it.
I'm from Ohio.
Oh, really? You from Columbus?
Anyway,
I'm from Ohio. It's
she said that
awfully
they've
hot here.
taken
It's gotta be a
over
little higher
this
pitch.
compound.
Oh,
That's it.
hey, much
And-
less rain. I think that was
Same
Monty. I
page.
think it was Monty Python. This one.
What else floats on water?
Of course
I know we like it. Here it is.
King, I didn't let you. You remember that whole thing, don't you?
So she was not. looking to be
So
recorded.
supposedly she informed this girl video and that she didn't have constitutional rights because the UN has taken over this compound and it's UN authority, not like when you go outside, just back on American soil. And then this girl's like, "What?"
Oh, the reporter was English.
Yeah, no. The girl, the officer, the UN.
The QAnon person.
No, the lady
No,
that
QAnon
was
person
helping run the
posted this video.
compound.
Well, I want to know, what do you think is the? What do you
What's the
think
end goal
about?
here? What are we getting at?
I want to know, what do you think about because obviously been proven about the Gretchen Whitmer thing.
I don't know who that
So,
is.
about
the governor, the evil governor
that
of
they were planning to
Michigan,
kidnap?
and they were going to kidnap her.
And four of the five people that were planning the attack were all FBI
FBI.
agents.
So we know that they can do that. And
Yeah.
it's
It's
not
like that
their first time.
Spider-Man meme. That's like pointing at.
So what's your thoughts on that?
I think that they're
It has-
bringing.
yeah.
I think they're bringing in. I think anytime that they're going to enforce like forced jabs or forced gun confiscation, I don't think it's going to be American people doing. I don't think I don't think Jordan as a sheriff's deputy
No,
is going to
because
go collect
it's
guns.
kind of like the gun thing where
Yeah.
all the sheriffs
I
went,
think
"No,
it's
we're not
gonna
going to
be-
confiscate that.
I
It would
think
have
it's
to
going to
be
be
international. It would have to be
NATO,
international.
But
and
there's
it's going
not
to
a
be
big enough-
European soldiers come.
So
and do it.
yeah, because you and peacekeepers, that's really it's American soldiers, and we just put on a different hat. I mean that's really it. You put on the blue, the baby
Right,
blue
and it's
band and stuff like
European
that. That's,
Union, group.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like,
So
I
that's
think
what I
now
think.
NATO. I
Yeah.
think that would be,
But there's-
that would be a potential thing if they did a gun grab.
but
But
it's just so vast, America, 330 million people.
Yeah.
Vast country.
But the North would be pretty easy. That'd be pretty. Well, just leave out the Dakotas.
you think
you
they're
saw
gonna
the
go,
right-
You think gotta go to Doddridge, Arkansas, and try to forcefully?
Yeah, I don't think they'll start with the South first,
No.
because they want to have some people remaining. I think because
Those who are
did
alive
you
and
see
remain.
the late? Now this is across
You want
the
to do
board.
what to me?
This was this was Trafalgar. It was a nonpartisan poll, and as of this was last week, 33% polled, regardless of political affiliation, would agree with seceding from the United States. That's not a good direction for the company.
No,
I would say
it's just that wedge is slowly
when
getting
you see a
driven
poll like
further
that,
and
I would
further.
start saying, God, maybe as president, I would be, man, maybe I ought to pick up the pace a little bit, do a little bit better job. People want to leave the country.
Instead, he's saying things like, I want to ban 9mm handguns.
With 150 rounds. That's what he was saying.
Yeah. He said there's no
was
reason
that
why.
today? Wasn't that today?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I mean, you don't know if they can do 20, 30,
40,
40,
50.
150 rounds. I'm like, what kind of freaking handgun?
Do you know how heavy that is?
Carry handguns like,
Can you
quit
hold-
dragging my pistol in the dirt.
I don't need to go to the gym. I got this 9mm, son.
You could walk like they were freaking stilts. Are those stilts? No, sucker.
No,
Kinda.
These are my mags.
You forgot the one in the chamber. 151.
Why do you say it Asian? It's a German accent that he's doing there. Yes.
What?
Oh, man, I know.
I said it Asian.
Yeah,
What
you did.
No, I'd say, the one in the chamber. Well,
See
dadgum,
me.
that's taco truck. Let me think. That's my taco truck character.
So, what's the end game? You think it's just full, working towards that one global governing body?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to.
NWO, sucker.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's. I think this is the preliminary.
Or NWA.
I think they're still
NWO.
trying to test the waters.
NWO was straight up Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
and Kevin
I
Nash.
think in today's climate, especially in America, I think people will get shot. I think they need probably one more generation before the people will be like, oh.
well, I mean, that's where the
Well, I
education
don't think I need
system
them
comes
guns.
I
in.
think
I
that-
haven't used a gun my whole
But
life.
I'm gonna tell you something.
That's where the
Here's what
education
they
system comes in.
But here's what they learned over this last 18 months. A scared people is
Easy to
a
control.
fungible or pliable people.
Easy to control.
The thing is, people aren't scared like they thought they were. There's a big disconnect in Washington about what the reality is on the ground. The fear is not there. They think it is. Just like them saying,
But I will say
go
this.
get your shot, and then you can start living your life. I'm thinking, who hadn't been living their life? Unless you live in a liberal state,
Right.
we've been living our life.
That's the thing is it's not reality what they're doing. It's not reality inside that beltway.
No,
it's not.
no,
It's just a total oblivious to reality.
Yeah.
However,
Texas Democrats found that out.
are we living in a different reality because we're in the South and it's a kind of a different culture down here, and in the North they might think more like that beltway area.
Yeah,
or so.
'cause we tend
or
to
do we
think
have
like
a different
constitutionalists.
reality? Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you,
because there's a whole half of the country that I would assume doesn't feel the same way.
But they are. I don't know if you do remember the census.
Yeah.
That whole half of the country, they are moving as quick as they can to this half of the country.
I saw
when
where
you lose.
I saw where Hollywood was losing so much production that they're just going crossing that border into New Mexico. New Mexico's picked up.
That's two
Oh
borders.
my gosh! Yeah.
Okay, Arizona and then New Mexico. New Mexico. Well, I mean they. Bloop, bloop.
Well, you might have
I think Arizona was catching some of it, but I mean New Mexico apparently has this tax incentive that where there's so much production.
Have
going
you
on
been
there.
to New Mexico?
Have I?
Yeah.
The worst state we
yeah.
got.
No, man. No. Up in northern New Mexico is not. You go to Red River, New Mexico, and all up there.
I'm just talking about the interstate.
You just hate Santa Fe.
Man, he just don't like anything that has Mexico with word about
I just hate people.
except food.
Had a bad experience.
Well, that
No,
California.
don't
and
tell
you'd have
that.
to Google. I think California has lost somewhere around 2 million people.
I believe it.
So, and New York. I mean, New York's a shell of what it was. I mean, Times Square. They're
I was in New
shooting
York
people
recently.
in broad daylight.
What? Whoa,
New York,
hold
New
on.
York's
What?
NYC.
Yes.
What was you doing up
Queens.
there?
Chasing that Hurricane Elsa.
Oh, Elsa.
You had to go up there.
I mean, I didn't have to. They were paying well though.
But
I flew to Florida first, and then I got released on Wednesday, and then
released.
Yeah, so
it
whenever
was a convict work program.
Whenever the storm comes, so whenever you sign up on the roster, like they own you until they release you. Like you can't, or you can quit, but they own you. It's really bad on you. So like whenever you sign the roster, you commit to ride this wave till it's over. So we were released on Wednesday morning, and then I flew from Jacksonville.
That's a bad analogy for a hurricane.
Ride the wave.
Ride the wave.
It was a hurricane, right?
Yes, it was. Well, I mean, kind of.
And you rode the wave.
Kind of. It was.
We
wasn't
rode that
really.
way. That's not the coolest
It wasn't really. It was like a thunderstorm.
hurricane.
Yeah, it was category 1. But anyway.
Down here's a summer heat shower.
Yeah, that's right. Pop up.
Yeah. So,
sun never quit shining.
So what happened
anyway,
in NYC?
I flew from Jacksonville, Florida to New York. And then I was there for a few days, and it did nothing. Barely rained.
Yeah. Where'd you
That's
go
not
into,
what the media told me.
I flew into LaGuardia.
So
and I hung out in Queens.
How many shots were fired at you?
Nobody, but there was almost some shots fired at the Con Ed guy.
Really? If it's for reals?
Well, I don't know. This guy was really mad because he got his meter loop yanked off his house, and Con Ed was trying to go way above and beyond get them power, temporary. Make it to where they can have power tonight because it's going to be hot. And the dude's like, "Nope, y'all paying for this," and they're like, "This is not my tree. I'm not paying for this."
Yeah.
And where I come from at Energy, they're like, "Nah, player, we ain't taking that liability. Like,
right.
You get an electrician to sign off on this, and it passed inspection, then we hook you up."
Right. That's kind of Biden's policy on Cuba, I think.
That's right.
Well,
you brought up some reminiscences earlier, and you let us pick between something about a dog encounter, a gooseneck, and then
Sharpening a knife.
So you got some reminiscences.
First one to comment, they get to pick which story I'm going to
All
tell.
right, which story?
we haven't had a comment.
Reminiscences?
Bruce Dale
Would you guys want to hear?
He killed the comments. Do we have any comments showing up on yours?
No.
People are just watching. Comment. Okay. What was the
Do you want to hear
again?
Romy's reminiscences about a gooseneck hitch, a sharpening knife incident? I can say okay,
something,
and then an encounter with an alleged dog. Which one would you rather hear? Because he's got them all on standby, and he's got some stories he's ready to go.
Yes, they're on deck, so we got to. But we're gonna wait till we get a comment.
Yeah.
Let's just shoot the breeze.
You ever heard of
Let's shoot the breeze. Let's just shoot the breeze.
Let's go ahead and shut her down.
Son.
I
got nothing else to do. Because I got no place else to go.
This is my home now.
So no comment still.
Yeah, well, these different comments about
how
much people hate us. That's
but that stuff Hadley cracks me up. That was pretty early. I guess Teresa jumped off.
Maybe so. There's only 1,000 people watching in Belgium.
That is
only 5 people here.
Yeah,
Belgium.
Pretty big in Iran.
Yeah, we're getting bigger there. Let's go ahead and decide for the people.
Oh, you have no faith.
Golly,
not really.
Give it time. There are 6 people watching.
But anyway, I'm going to ask you, what's the most dangerous thing you think you've ever done?
Oh man, there's so many.
Probably long lining out of a helicopter, if I had to guess.
I thought you were going to say that one wheel.
His is much more manly. The most dangerous thing I've ever done.
I mean, just because I know people that have died from doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that died on the
I thought you were going to say telling your wife you need to calm down. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking.
Throwing a wife in a pool.
Oh,
it's not your wife.
Cojones.
That would do
Straight
it.
up cojones.
I think the most dangerous thing I've ever done was very, very early in life. I was actually in this race against, it had to be 2 or 3 million other people. And I didn't know. I didn't know if I was gonna make it. I was in good shape though. I knew.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Believe it, I almost died because there was only room for one.
Oh my gosh!
And
I think I know where you're going. I know where you're at.
I reached the egg first. So I would say, do you realize how close you came to dying? I mean, out of, well, like your dad, be like 1 out of 1,000. But like with my dad, I mean, there's like 1 out of 50 billion, and it was me. It was me.
It's called low T. Okay.
I beat the population of the earth in a race. Last race I ever won. That and
I don't know. You got my heart erased.
I kicked the cop. I kicked the cop one time.
You better believe I ran.
I told the calf kicked him.
I didn't know I could swim that fast.
Okay.
Why don't we swim like that anymore? Obviously, we all won.
Because we don't have tails.
I don't have a tail yet.
They actually
You took that vaccine, didn't you?
They just found out they don't swim like a
I got all
tadpole
three of
anymore.
them.
Took that J&J.
I got all three of them.
Might as well.
I was like, give me that J&J. Give me that Moderna. Give me that Pfizer. What is that? Give it to me. That's morphine, baby.
That's what the Texas Democrats were saying. We had all of them.
We had all of them, and then
Now
we
what,
all
now they got-
skipped work, got COVID.
Now they got 7. That's what you get for skipping work. That's what I'm telling you. They ain't gonna make it, man.
You heard about that
that
lawsuit of all the COVID vaccine deaths?
I saw. Now this is probably where we will get.
This is where
flagged.
this is where we're getting banned.
But yeah, I saw the
I'm not
video.
I'm just saying that there is an active lawsuit right now.
About, you can speak of an active lawsuit.
Yeah,
Unless you're
it's
party
straight
to it.
up legal.
So the reporting status for there's like 11 or 12 different channels.
There's different ways to report it. Yeah.
Yes, and this agency, I don't know who come up with these numbers, but they were getting split up, so the numbers didn't look as aggressive as they really are. So when you add all of them together, it was like 35,000 vaccine-related deaths.
Allegedly. According to a lawsuit.
According to a lawsuit.
Which we know
Apparently.
That was just filed like 2 or 3 days ago.
it could be definitely frivolous.
That's what I heard.
Um,
You getting the vaccine?
Did it have a
But
cue?
I will say.
Am I getting the vaccine? See?
No, we can't.
That's the reason it won't fly, because it's a HIPAA violation.
Straight
I'm
up.
going to tell you, and because I'm going to speak from, golly, well, I'm not going to speak on behalf of my company, but I can tell you, I can tell you that, but I know I'll speak on behalf of insurance agents around the country. All right, that maybe part of your business is partly insuring people. I'm going to tell you, one of the things that you are adamant about, that they will absolutely shut you down, lose your license, is if for a HIPAA violation. Go work at a hospital and say, you get a medical record. You get a medical record. It better be on your last day.
Yeah. Well, that's why companies quit forcing their employees to get vaccines, because it was forced. Then any kind of vaccine related injury, they have to. It's a work lost time accident, and they have to pay out of work comp. Yeah,
that's right. So
and then all of a sudden they're pumped the brakes, like, no, we just recommend it.
That's why it won't happen, because you have, number one, is against the Constitution, because it's coercion.
Yeah.
Number two,
it's wrong.
When you think it all the way through, all you have to do is ask your employer. So I know that everything's probably fine, that these have been shown to be safe. But if I happen to kick the bucket,
I wonder,
are you going to pay my family?
Right. Well, I also wonder if it's like, okay, other vaccines, other medications and stuff like that, they've all been FDA approved, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But this one's still pending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this one's like, that's where I would say you can't really
They're forcing you
knock
to
me
They're forcing you
for
to
something that's
take
not.
an experimental vaccine.
Right.
So it's not like it's
we're not
gonna
it's
say
not like
forced
it's
Facebook.
smallpox or polio,
Yeah.
which they can't even mandate that. And I don't want to get no monkeypox. They need to work on that. Now there's 200 cases in 27 states.
Oh, the monkeypox?
So apparently the mask didn't work so well on the airplane. They said, don't worry about it. They quarantined him as soon as he landed in Dallas. You don't know about
biggest
this one?
airports?
The dude he flew from Nigeria, had monkeypox. If you haven't seen him, just Google monkeypox. If you ain't seen a picture, it ain't pretty. You get these pustules like all over your. It's bad. So he had it.
Well, I didn't know what that
They
was.
said-
What on your back?
But they said, he's wearing a mask, and you can only get it by exchanging bodily fluids or droplets. So he was wearing a mask. Everybody's fine. They were going to contact trace everybody on the plane. Now there's 200 infections in 27 different states because Dallas tends to be a pretty big airport.
It's
and
the
not
American
everybody's going
Airlines
to Dallas.
hub.
Not everybody's just going to Dallas. But he was flying Delta variant airlines. But anyway, but they can't.
That's why I only fly Spirit.
But I'm gonna tell you, but if you do get asked by your employer, or if you receive an email or a letter, just be kind and respond back to them.
Of course, this is all your choice, by the way. We're not recommending you do anything.
No.
Legally, we can't do
I'm
that.
not giving legal advice. I think it's more of just common sense. Ask your employer, is this an actual requirement or a suggestion? Wait on the reply. If it is a requirement, tell them that you do not feel comfortable. That you don't feel comfortable with this.
Of course, you might feel comfortable
from your own personal. Maybe for your own personal religious beliefs. Yeah, you can play devil's advocate. We'll do this. I
don't care.
And
I've joined the
Mennonites,
right?
If they reply back that we don't care, you must do that, or we're not going to pay you. Then you say, are you going to be responsible if anything happens for hospital bills, for human life value of life insurance for my family to take care of them, or some disability?
Are you going?
And if they come back and say,
you're crazy. No,
we'll get back to you on that one. You're not going to have to take it. I can tell you because they have freaking human
Fauci is watching you so bad.
I'm telling you, personnel law. If you're in law school right now, if you just passed your bar or you're about to, if you're trying to figure out what to specialize in,
this
human resource law. Because I'm telling you, you're going to make $1 billion by the time this is all done.
All the dollars.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can buy all the things.
Our audience jumped up. So apparently, FBI, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate that.
Mark Z. Hey, what's up, Mark Z? What's up,
Tell
man?
Whitmer we said
When
hi.
you going to the moon, sucker?
But no, see, skip it all the way back to that about the FBI agents being involved on the Whitmer alleged plot.
Yeah.
Well, now of course, this is also alleged.
January 6th.
They're talking about January 6th. How many apparent potential things were in the planning phases that could have been involved with an agency, perhaps?
I think
I don't know, man. Do you think it's just trying to? Well, we don't.
Well,
know.
I'm going to tell you what. Here, look. Again, a scared public is an easy public to manage.
Manipulate,
but I think
fear controls people.
But we learn from it, but they think that we're all still in this fear bubble. That's where they're going to make a big mistake.
So I'm scared of Amy.
But this goes back, and I'm going to tell you, I never thought that the government... God,
you thought wrong,
I'm trying not to think that...
That's what we all need to stop doing.
Maybe Alex Jones got it right.
Oh, don't say his name.
I mean, AJ got it. He got it right. No, what this is called is a principle
Agent provocateur.
And y'all, look, it's called the Hegelian dialectic. Google it. The Hegelian dialectic is an old principle of problem, reaction, solution. You've got a goal in mind, so you create a problem,
and you're the only one that can have the solution. Yeah.
And you already have the solution. So
then you're the hero.
That's right. So
I can be your hero, baby.
Like
why can't they do something about
allegedly.
If they're going to ban things, why can't they ban Nickelback?
Whoa.
Anyway,
can you take me higher?
I could on one of Jeff Bezos's rockets. The one that don't return, one of the supply rockets.
Okay, see, I think you would see more hesitancy than vaccine hesitancy if you ban Nickelback. You'd see music hesitancy. You'd see people just. You thought you saw riots last year.
Yeah, if they gave
you thought you saw riots last year.
If you want to increase vaccine hesitancy, say everybody gets a jab, free Nickelback tickets. I mean, the northern states would stop. Canada would say, what vaccine? I mean, there's...
They're all vaccinated anyway.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
I'm not
Canada
vaccinated.
is.
I'm not vaccinated.
We all get vaccinated up here.
But because,
They
know,
just
Fauci
made a
said
policy
something
that-
funny to me when he said, well, if you're vaccinated...
You still get
if
sick.
you already had it and you get vaccinated, it's like being...
You're double
You got extra immunity. I'm like, no. That's when... that's not when he lost credibility to me. But when he said that, I'm like, dude, you're not even a scientist. Because that's like saying you're a little bit pregnant. No, if you're immune or you're not immune.
It's like this
You
T-shirt
only need
can only
one-
get so wet,
you only
and
need-
then it water falls
Right,
off.
that's what I was thinking. I'm just thinking Jordan pushing Amy in the pool. Like if she got out and I like dumped a cup of water, I was like, now you're extra wet. That's what exactly. That's what
It is like if you got one antibody, homeboy's gonna go fight, and he's gonna replicate. I don't get if you've had COVID, not guessing that you did, because if you like. Some people did so much coke they can't smell anyway. I'm talking about legitimately had it where you got tested and test positive, like Daddy.
Did the whole anal swab and all that.
Did the whole thing. That was a weird test. It was that swab they
The
used.
breathing on the neck.
That was that swab. That was that swab that Chris Cuomo showed on CNN. But anyway, there's like, oh crap! Sorry, it was for your mouth. No, wait, nose.
Oh,
So I got triple tested. No, man.
Extra test.
Look, man, I thought it was allergies, but it lasted for 3 weeks. I'm like, this ain't like allergies I've had before.
I like how we podcasted together that whole time.
I know.
You're like,
I was a super spreader,
just
and y'all got so sick.
I love
Did
all
I?
the people on Twitter.
Right.
They're like, this is not fair. I've been double jabbed and I'm at home with COVID, and all these non-vaxxers, they're just still going to work and living their life and they don't even care and they're not getting sick. It's just not fair. And I'm like, I'm not a mathematician.
Well, what about the people that got the J&J vaccine and that report comes out? It's like, it's pretty much ineffective against the Delta variant. And they're like, hey, why?
Man.
I just went and got nothing for nothing.
So that's what it's funny because all those
that
Texas
was just
Democrats that
wonderful. I
had
don't know.
those, did they say they got the J&J?
I don't know.
Because
I don't
they
know.
said, didn't J&J one shot?
Yeah, it's a one shot.
Because these dudes were double vaccinated.
Okay.
So all they're saying is, instead of saying, maybe
Well,
the
now you're saying that,
maybe they're saying the
the
vaccine,
other ones-
instead of saying maybe the vaccine don't work, they're saying, you can still get it. We need to lock down or wear a mask.
Right.
Then why would you get it?
Why
Oh
would
man,
you?
I went to
why-
Little Rock the other day, and I mean, it was
God,
it
just
was. I walked
crazy.
in a restaurant, and it was mask everywhere, and there's people outside with them, and I was like, man, this is not how it is in the South, Arkansas.
When you get to Little Rock, it turns into a different
It's
state.
like, yeah.
So-
And then
I know.
further
I'm glad,
you go,
I'm
Have y'all
glad they're
gone
keeping
any
Asa up.
since
Not
COVID?
Lexi has.
Okay, so like I got to Florida, to Jacksonville Airport. Like, they're usually like masked Nazis. And in there, everybody looking at you like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
Yeah. You
and
scared?
and
You
you're
scared?
like,
Oh, you
my-
scared? Say
let
you
me
scared.
take this mask off.
You ain't from
and then
around
you get
here,
through
are
security,
you?
they're like, you better get that mask on. And it just depends on who's there. But before you go to security, it's like America and then Cuba.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Here's this right here really bothered me, and I saw this yesterday. Is we're America, land of the free, and when Great Britain lifts their mass check or their COVID check when you land when you go through customs at their airport. What are we doing?
Right.
I mean,
also,
when they do that, so
they got their own problems over there too. I will say.
well,
They
yeah,
got some crazy
the
stuff.
entire country.
But we're about to be wrapping it up here. We appreciate everybody for sticking in there with us.
the way
But
they talk.
we haven't gotten that Romy Reminiscence yet.
So
and I
what'd
think we need to hear, which one did you decide on? We're going to let Dealer pick.
Alan
Pick. Which one? Gooseneck, dog encounter, or knife sharpening?
dog encounter.
Dog encounter. Here.
And now, another installment of Romy Reminiscences.
So this story goes back to when I first got on the service truck at Energy. And on a daily basis, I encountered mostly pit bulls, usually in the Louisville or Garland City area. And,
Makes sense.
You have like very rudimentary like clines in your like lineman pliers in your pocket. Like you're not ready for a dog attack. But
Are you ever though?
Never.
That's why I keep bacon in my pocket at all times.
So I was consistently, running into these situations and trying to figure out what I was going to do and how I was going to handle it. And I'd always try to avoid, any kind of immediate confrontation. So if they had
so this was always in the back of your mind. I mean, it's always
yeah. And if they had a pit bull chained to their meter loop pole, guess what? Instead of $30 to reconnect this, when I pull the meter, I'm just going to cut your service down, and it's $130 because you changed a pit bull to your meter loop pole. That's on you.
Yeah.
So anyway, that became my mindset. Well, one day, out of the blue, I come around the corner of this house, and this dog comes at me full speed ahead. Big old pit bull. I'm empty-handed. All I have is a little meter seal in my hand. I put everything up. I don't know where this dog came from. And he's running Mach 2, coming at me. So I plant my feet, and I'm thinking,
this is it.
I'm finna kick you in the neck as hard as I can. Like, as soon as you get in range, I'm about to kick you into outer space.
A pit bull.
Yes. And he's running, and I time it.
Aren't they all neck?
I'm talking about.
That's all neck.
I time it perfect.
Wow.
And whenever I kick this dog, it screams just like my wife. And I was in bed asleep. And I bowed up, and I punted Rebecca almost out of the bed.
Oh, what a twist.
Yeah, so.
Twist.
The reminiscing of a dream.
Yes.
That's never happened before.
Have a little twist there at the end.
Inception. Man, that's a little fairy dust at the end. So you just
Stay in your own lane, Pete. I didn't kick no dog.
You didn't kick no dog. You just kicked his wife.
She did say she thought it was crazy how quick I was there to console her. Like, so as soon as she got kicked, I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. All right, that sound means that this show sucked. All right, but we appreciate everybody for sticking with us that decided to stay in there. You can go back and watch this from the beginning if you didn't catch us when we first started.
I don't recommend it.
And don't forget, you can to share this video if you don't mind. And tag some of your friends. Say, hey, you might get a kick out of this or whatever.
Surprise.
Then why don't I talk like
I'm
this?
training to be a cage rider.
Yeah, I'm really kicking people, like kicking dogs and all this stuff. But
I will say I learned. So I got my wife this little stun gun thing. You stick it to him with the lightning that comes out of it. You know what I'm talking about? This loud. He goes, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
So I got one of those. She refused to play with it. So of course I brought it to work.
God, son, play with it.
I brought it to work. We're zapping each other. We're having a grand time. It's great. But you fire that dude off.
That's when you work with Tim.
oh
My
man,
brother-in-law.
yeah, Tim.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you fire that dude off, and every dog I did it around, they pump the brakes and they run away. Like they hear that taser going off and they're like, I don't want no part of this. I don't know what that is.
I'm done with it.
But usually they run underneath the trailer house. You just do your thing.
The correlation here between
I'm just for public safety.
trailer houses and pit bulls.
Mm-hmm.
It's our correlation.
What's the percentage here? Okay, for every
And
pit
chicken
bull,
coops.
for every pit bull you see in 5,
The odds.
what is the odds of it going to be at a trailer house?
It's at least 75%. Probably closer to 95%. Now that I'm thinking about it, I cannot think of a single pit bull that was not by a trailer house.
How many pit bulls in Winsboro, Louisiana?
There's not as many as like Ruston. They have a lot in Ruston.
But did they have to put up like a population sign
See-
just for the pit bulls?
See, in Winsboro, they didn't have like purebred dogs.
They didn't live long enough.
They're
Just all mutts.
Yeah.
Like people find out you paid for a dog and
That's
they
a-
look at you like you're a plum idiot. Like you're certifiable.
They
Like
used
you
to have a
paid for
bunch
that
of-
dog.
The dog I got, my
No,
new one.
I'm
Yeah,
just
dude,
joking.
maybe.
Man. That's how you know.
Can I pet that dog?
You gotta pet that dog.
You can pet him once.
Yeah. No, he's not gonna let. He's
No,
a little scared.
once.
I'm trying to get him. to be more like a pit, even though he's a full-blood Australian Shepherd. I'm like, why can't you be more pit?
So, so my dog Charlie, he was supposed to be an Australian Shepherd, and he looks like a rat terrier.
Yeah.
So
You
I feel
He's like a
great.
mini?
You got screwed on that one.
Man, I hope you
Well,
didn't
I
pay
mean-
for that one.
No, I didn't.
Because I dropped some cash for this one.
No, I
drove out to Texas to get it.
I drove to Homer.
Man,
So I
nothing.
paid-
Why? How'd you not come back with a pit bull?
I'm just
Like,
don't go buying any lottery tickets.
I got you thought you were getting an Aussie. You drive to Homer and you get it like a rat terrier looking thing.
Yeah, he was a little
Makes
puppy
complete-
though, so you couldn't really tell.
But
what
it's
it was.
Homer, Louisiana. They
Yeah.
give you a complimentary
I think it
pit
depends.
bull at the chicken dilly down there.
Yeah,
It comes
I think
with
it's
your
part of
number
the wel- I
4.
think it's part of the welcome wagon at the Chamber of Commerce. You,
Maybe I just don't know the right people.
that and how to start chicken fights. I think there's a manual or something. How many trailer houses that you had to go pull the service had to like? I don't understand because they got you got chicken houses got chicken. Now we got a chicken coop,
Maybe. What's it to you?
but when you pull up, there's one trailer in the STF area
It's mine.
that has like
What's it to you?
35 chicken coops, chicken cages, and they're
Individual chickens. Yeah.
set around where you can't even mow. You don't need to.
You just weed eat under.
You just weed it around them
Yeah, you
and
weed it
pretty
around
much
that
mows the yard because they're all in the. Ain't like he's hiding them. It's like he must love his chickens. He just keeps them by themselves. I think somebody might be chicken fighting.
Especially when they're not outside. Don't let them free roam outside a coop for any amount of time. Like they're in
Yeah.
the cage all day.
Yeah,
every
don't and
day.
don't.
The only time you let them loose is whenever it's go time.
That's it.
Are you ready?
That's it. And just
Strap
to
on them razor blades.
just to practice, you put yeah, just you put a little chicken feed in a sack on another sacrificial chicken. I was gonna say, Jordan's moving.
Yeah.
Jordan's moving to Taylor, and we were talking about the other night in church, and him being a cop, I know he's done his research, but would not believe me and Fro when we were telling him that Lake Erland
Is the chicken fighting capital of the world.
Mexico's pretty high.
No, it was, but he didn't believe that people cooked meth off of around Lake Erland.
What?
And I'm thinking there used to be so many house fires. Like, I don't know what up their kitchen exploded.
It was a flaming armadillo that ran in their
Every
house.
weekend, somebody's kitchen's exploding. What are they cooking? Anyway, but because the
You ever
the
microwave
lake
the
takes,
turkey, boy?
the lake takes the fumes away. If you so anyway, they ain't all campfires every weekend. But anyway, yeah. But he was shocked by that, and I'm thinking, golly,
He
that's why you're a cop. You're going to criminal justice.
Can't be naive and be a cop.
Yeah, man, you got to suspect everybody.
Everybody. Everybody's on the take, and everybody's cooking meth.
Here, trust no one. Suspect
I will
no
say-
one. That's how you live your life.
DTA.
I will say, just from being
trust
around
anybody.
Jordan for the last several years, I can honestly tell that he's never done any kind of drugs
No.
And
because
I,
he knows nothing.
and
about
I
drugs.
can honestly say also about Jordan, he should have tried.
That's where we'll leave it right there.
No.
All right, on the next episode of
It's
STF,
the
learn
final
the proper way.
brain
But how
cell.
paranoid would a cop be the first time they ever did pot? That would be such a quandary.
On the next episode
I think
of
I'm gonna arrest
STF,
myself.
we'll
But no, I'm
teach you the
just kidding.
proper way to clean your meth supplies. So, thanks to everybody for sticking with us, and I guess
wasn't
that's really much the pretty
wasn't
much the end of
even
it. It's over.
We'll
It's
do
over.
better next time.
All right.
Y'all just tune in.
Thanks to everybody.
We
Don't forget
will.
to share this.
Ring rust.
Like us everywhere. We got a website, YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook.
It's all
Like us
still
all
there.
on that. It's all good to
Facebook's
go.
still growing.
It's still growing.
We're about-
like
we're at
leaps and
80,000.
bounds. 1 billion people.
Yeah.
Until
Somebody offers us some advertising dollars.
Yes.
Got an email on that 2 days ago.
Prince from Nigeria.
Well, I don't.
He's about to get an ad.
It seemed a little sus when he said 4,000 a week. And he couldn't spell.
Couldn't
that
spell.
one bothered me, so I replied.
It's all right. Yeah, well.
Yeah. So
Did you
anyway,
give him your social?
no, I gave him Jordan's All Jordan's information. But anyway, hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for
Appreciate
the sponsors. Teresa, thanks for coming back.
Yeah,
that
we missed
gun, you were.
We missed all
You
of
were
it.
a top fan.
We checked. It's been a month, but we're going to
and
try to
me
get
and
back on
Gene,
a better
thanks.
schedule
I
because
think-
now that things are over.
I bet everybody got
yeah.
off Facebook because we didn't put it out here for a month, so they probably just deleted it.
Probably.
That's the only reason why they were there.
Probably
We're going to
so.
start promoting this stuff a little bit better.
We will have to. Well, we just got to get consistent. I need
Anyway.
to quit messing with the room.
Good night, Belgium. We're Small Town Famous, and we are.
Okay, love you. Bye.
We're out.